Welcome to Jurassic Park.
They're moving in herds. They do move in herds. How'd you do this? I'll show you.
Oh, bother.
All right, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Yin Yang Total War, and today we're going to be kicking off the newest series for our channel labeled Tuesday Newsday. Now, if you've never heard that phrase before, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of history. Back in the day, there used to be news just about every Tuesday on developments going on in the Total War sphere. Creative Assembly obviously started doing that because, well, they don't have a lot to tell other than negativity. So we are bringing it back live in living color on this channel. And while we don't have a bunch of news for Total War from the official perspective, we do have some awesome news coming from the modding sphere. We have two big modding releases today and a sneak preview at something else coming up. So without further ado, I hope you're excited to see dinosaurs because we're jumping right in with some lizard men. Let's go. All right, and picking things up on turn 10 of a lizardman campaign, we are in a great position to talk about what exactly goes on with these Jurassic Park style expeditions. So, what we've got here is 7 separate locations that you can go to, right? Actually, it might be more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's 8. My mistake. There is 8 expedition locations that you can go to. How this works is you will open a convoy. Now, as you can see, I've already got a hired master. He's returning, but you open up a convoy and you hire a master just like you do in the Chaos Dwarf system, and you send them wherever you want them to go. Now, you can't really spend much on these convoys, not as of yet, but I'm not sure if that's something that increases or if it's just like, hey, this is as much as you can get. But what we'll do is we'll send this guy to let's send him close to home. That way he's got a more easy journey. So he's going to go and try to get us some of these kind of dinosaurs, right? So we'll dispatch him. And when you pop out of this screen, it's going to ask you what the goal of your expedition is. Now, field research, that's going to get you faction-wide growth and research bonus. And egg collection, that's going to get you some dinosaurs. Now, if it's just egg collection, it's going to give you 1 or 2 dinosaurs, right, like low to mid-tier dinosaurs. So we're going to go with egg collection. All right, and as you can see, he's just taken off. He's on his way. But let's look at what we've already done. So I sent someone else on another expedition. He was able to get it done, and in return, we have 3 new sauropods. So as you can see, there's a new button down here, hatch eggs. We have 3 sauropod eggs. So if I wanted to attach these sauropods to Lord Mazdamundi's army, I could very well do that. In fact, why don't we go ahead and we'll drop the Pterodon riders because I suck with flyers, right? So we'll drop them and we'll just throw in the sauropod, and now you got them in your army. Most stegodons find sauropods too exhausting, blah blah blah. There's all the cool stuff. Now, As you can see, that's going to be part of your army makeup now, and you can use them on whoever. Maybe take them to Port Reaver, let them pet the dinosaurs, hop on up to the Ziggurat of Dawn, use them there. But that is the premise of the system. Now let's talk about the different kinds of expeditions you can do. Now you saw that there were only 2 options when you first start out, but if you look at our other guy, and I'll have to pull up the Harbinger for him. Well, not going to want me to do it that way. But as you can see, our other expedition chief is already has already returned back from one of these expeditions, and of course, just like any convoy, he's going to benefit off of that. Now, this is the tree that you want to keep in mind. Not tree, but branch that you want to keep in mind. Pathweaver, that's just going to give you a bonus for movement. You could get a double move. Whether that works very well or not is neither here nor there. 5% isn't a big chance. But these 2, on the other hand, are going to be very important. This leader can embark on a herd extraction expedition. Now, herd extraction expeditions are going to guarantee you mid-tier dinosaurs, and that's what you want, because those guys are going to be your more heavy hitters. And then this one right here, Hunter of Hunters, this is going to get you those top-notch dinos every single time. Now, I imagine that these are more expensive to embark on, but once you get up to this point, you're going to be bringing in the big boys, the T-Rex, the oh gosh, Thunder Lizard, all of that stuff. That is going to be what comes in with this level of hunt. Now, I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch me play through 5 more turns of this campaign. So let's jump over to the custom battle selection screen to check out what all these dinosaurs look like. All right, and jumping on in here, we're going to be starting off with the Kolchans. Definitely a different take on these. I'm used to seeing Kolchans in mods look more like dodo birds, but I do love it. Up here, we've got the Parajas. They're just going to they're going to operate a lot like, well, any flyer, bats, onyx crowmen. And then we've got the Mantisornis. Just look at that. Look at that head. Fantastic. And guys, if you want to pause me at any time, go ahead and do so you can take a look at those stats as well. And then we've got what I could best describe as the Ankylosaurus. We've got some turtle creatures over here in the form of the Cherubins. Got a Stegosaurus back here as well, looking fantastic. Look at the model on that thing. And then we've got the Nuaudus, or Nuaudals. And I mean, come on, they're so cute. I don't even know where they got this model from, but it's fantastic. Of course, we've got the Parasaurs. Can't really have a dinosaur mod without them. They're just, I mean, they're classic. They're classic, right? Now, I don't know where these come from, but I love them. I love the Yamiboro. And then we've got another take on the cold ones in the Gelux, excuse me. And guys, I apologize if I am butchering any of these names. I'm sure you know how to pronounce it better than I do. And then the Omicantha over here replacing the horned ones. And I say replacing, they're not actually replacing, but as you can see, they are going to be doing it a little bit better. Now, we've got all of these dinos over here just mounted on up. These are the ones that have decided that they don't mind going into battle with the skink or with Saurus, depending. Where'd our Ceropods go? There they are. There's our normal Ceropods. So cute. I love them. Now, coming on back to the back, I don't know where these guys come from lore-wise, but I know that they're fantastic to look at. The Gekolo. I like to think that there's some kind of accident by the old ones, and they said, you know, these guys are savage enough. Let's keep them. Look at that. Oh. And then back here, you've got more of your warrior class. They seem to have a little bit more sense. and then some Proxigor replacements in case you're in the mood for that. Now, looking at their leader, I mean, is that screaming AVP to you? Because it's screaming alien, is king of the aliens. Forget the queen. This is the king of the aliens right here. Look at it. Jeez. All right, and coming over to our big boys, the cream of the crop, the apex predators over here. And I've got Krokgar in the middle for a size comparison, but even the smallest of them make him just look tiny. I mean, look at him. Look at him compared to them. Now, I'm gonna pop him back over here. We've got the Racophorus, excuse me. We've got the T-Rex. I know they call him Colossodon Rex, but he's a T-Rex. We've got this thing right here. I'm gonna call him Littlefoot for the sake of not butchering his name too. And then we've got the Bayless. Look at that. I don't know how it sees anything, but does it need to? Look at how cool it is. And if you're feeling a little amphibious, we've got, of course, the Leocuda. And again, don't know how to pronounce this thing's name, but it is aquatic. So, you know, keeping with that oceanic theme. Moving on up to the birds, we've got not a pterodactyl. And he is tough. He's tough. Look at that weapon strength. And then we've got the not so phoenix over here. The terror of parrots everywhere. The Harkonix. Over here, putting the Coatls to shame, we got the Quetzalcoatlus. And then finally the Thunder Lizard. Now look at him. He dwarfs every other dino by comparison. I should have brought one of the vanilla dinos in as well. I can't remember its name right now because I'm just so taken aback. But this thing makes it look tiny in comparison. As it should. And just a big shout out to Calm and Normal Time. Every time he makes a mod, or she, I don't every time they make a mod, the the quality just speaks for itself, guys. Anyway, definitely go and check out this mod. It's going to be Lost Calm of Jurassic Normal, and I will link it below. But that being said, let's go check out the Old World by Chaos Roby. All right, and we are back with the Old World. But before we jump on in, I did want to show you this. If you want to play with Immortal Empires Expanded, you still can. You don't have to lose Immortal Empires just because you have the Old World. You can play with both on. Of course, if you're going to do that, make sure that you have mods that work for both of them, because if you have mods that only work for one of them, obviously it's going to conflict when you jump into that other campaign. But if you were playing a lighter mod build and you just don't want to have to bother with turning off one and turning off the other, whatever, then you can keep both of these on. They do work just fine individually. That being said, let's jump on in to the Old World. I did want to show you just a few mods that are already compatible with the Old World as well. So we'll start with the Beastmen. As you can see, you've got your normal Beastmen, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to pull up the map for this. But you can also get Ungrel Stoneheart, and he is going to start over here. That's not his name. His name's not Ungrel Stoneheart. What's his name? Hold on. Well, I can't remember his name, but the Redhorn tribe is going to start right here if you want to play with that Minotaur. Popping on over to Bretonia. It's just going to be the standard 4. Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves are going to be invading, so you're going to have Astrogoth coming in here from the north, and then you're going to have Drazoeth coming in from the south. Daniel is going to be starting up here. For your Dark Elves, you're going to have Lokir Fellheart up here in the north. You're going to have Malice down here in the Thunderbolt of Albion, and Rakarth over here in the west, landing in Estalia. And look at Estalia. Look at how many provinces it has. Oh my goodness. All right, moving on. Now, as for the dwarfs, you're going to have all of these dwarfs that are going to be available if you have the legendary characters mod. They have made their mod as compatible as possible, right? Not everybody can fit in. Some people from the legendary characters mod they just don't make sense in this campaign. But what we do have is the the 4 new legendary lords from parties mod that was brought on in, and we'll be touching on these guys in a special episode of free LC, right? Well, unofficial free LC. So Thorgrim is going to be starting right here, of course, in his home in Karazakrak. Ungrim, Karak Kadrin.
Lord of the Ungrim.
Belagar is going to be down at 8 peaks, and that is something that we'll probably touch on in a later video. Although Twiddletwit did such a good job, I kind of feel like it would be useless for me to cover that. But if you want me to cover it, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. Grombrindle, the white dwarf, is going to be up in the north, of course, getting his vengeance on some Norskins. Thorek is going to be down in the south, in the, I can't remember the mountain name, but the ones between Talea and the Border Princess. Now, if we look at Beernoth Grundrek, of course, he's going to be starting over here in Barak Var. And then, of course, Alrik Ronolfsson is going to be up here in the Grey Mountains. I think that's the Grey Mountains. Either that or these are the Grey Mountains, and these are, well, regardless. These dwarves are all available. So, Brock Ironpick's going to be over here in Carrick Norn, and Carrick Ziflin is, of course, going to be under the control of Rorik Granite Hand. Moving on to the Empire, we don't have any additionals just yet. I know Mixu is working on that, so I will. I'll definitely update in the possibly the next episode of this when that gets up and running. But Emperor Karl Franz is, of course, going to be in Reichland, and Reichland is huge, by the way. Balthazar Gelt is going to be down in Solin. Marcus Wolfhart is going to be with the Hunts Marshal's expedition. Instead of Lustria, he's going to go to Albion, which I think personally is more appropriate. And then Volkmar the Grim is going to be down, not as far into the Southlands as he was, but he's still going to be down pretty far, just south of the Border Princess. For Grand Cathay, now, this is something that we can actually talk about if you use the mod configuration tool, which of course I always highly suggest. You can jump in here and you can change who starts where as far as races that don't belong on the map. So you can change this to Miao Ying or Zhao Ming if you wish, and they will start here instead. And of course, they're going to be in the Thunderdome over in Albion. Now, the Greenskins. Grimgor is going to be on Albion because, of course, he'd be at the Thunderdome. Azhag is going to be up in his actual stomping grounds, which we love that, over in Troll Country.
Supreme ruler of
Scarstick is going to be down at 8 peaks, and again, we're going to touch on that, but, well, I guess we don't really need to touch on it, but 8 peaks is pretty cool. It's actually expanded into 8 peaks, which is fantastic. And Wurzag is going to be starting down in the Badlands.
Everything belongs to Grom.
Grom the Paunch is going to be over in Bretonian, same as his normal start. And then we've got Spite Backbiter. He's going to be down here just south of Barak Var. And Grizguts. Well, that's not Grizguts. That's actually going to be Gorbad Ironclaw. They just haven't changed his name on the front end over here. But he's going to be down in the Badlands as well. Coming back up, we're going to be looking at Teclis over here. And once again, just remember
there is no
that
limit. We can achieve much together.
Oh, okay. I forgot about the Continental Exarch. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, they're going to be up here in. They're going to be up here just east of Marienburg, and then
Teclis.
of course Teclis is
Your
going to be
master of
down
Hoeth.
in the south, I believe he's at that floating fortress, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna, oh, I didn't mean to do that. We're going to turn back over to Corn. So we're gonna have Scarbrand up here in the north in Norska, wrecking shit as he should. We're going to have Abrax the Bloody. He's gonna be down here in the Badlands, starting a bloody conquest down there. And Karn is going to be up in the north with his best buddy Scarbrand. Actually, Scarbrand's probably not anybody's best buddy. If anything, Karn would be down there trying to, or up there trying to show that he is better than Korn's best, right? As for Kislev, we're going to have Zarina in her normal place, which is going to be Kislev itself. The Great Orthodoxy is going to be in, I want to say that's Erengrad, but it might be Castle Alexandrinov. Anyway, Boris is going to be up in Norska, and Mother Estankia is actually going to be in Kislev, which is fantastic and makes me kind of want to play her. Coming on back to the Lizardmen. Now, again, you can change who starts there, but Nakai the Wanderer is going to be over here in Albion. And actually, before we move any further, let me go back to that and show you how that works. So, all you have to do is open up the Old World campaign settings, and you can change who goes where. So, if you want Nakai the Wanderer right there, that's fine. If you want Lord Mazdamundi, cool. We'll change that. Let's back up real quick. There we go. Gonna go to the Old World. Lizardman? Well, it won't show him for some reason. I'll probably have to back all the way back out to do that. But that is who it would be. So we'll put it back as Nakai so that we don't mess anything up.
To the four corners.
For Norska, Wolfric is going to be starting down in the south, down in Astalia. Don't know what he's hunting, but I'm sure it's going to be very cool. Oh, actually, it says the journey to his next duel begins from the Astalian port of Aguilas. Cool, very cool. And the Troll King is going to actually be up very close to Troll Country, where he belongs. Kugoth is going to be up in Norska, as well as oh gosh, Valmir is going to be starting in Hell Pit, which is a very interesting position for him to start in. I have never been able to get used to Nurgle's campaign, so probably not one for me, but still very cool. The Ogre Kingdoms. So Scrag is going to be where he would well, actually, he's going to be a little bit north of where he would normally be. And then the Treehammers under Vazgrat are going to be a little bit further east than they would normally be, because they'd normally be over here in Talabeclan. As for the Skaven, you can see that we're going to be playing with, again, an expanded Skaven, because the guys over at, the guys who, Stradivarius. Okay, Stradivarius has made it, very quickly made it possible for the Skaven to get on in. So, let's take a look. Clan Moors is going to be starting just south of Carrick 8 Peaks. Lord Skrulk is going to be up, I want to say that's pretty close to the Empire, if he's not in the Empire itself. Rictus is going to, thankfully, be still where they belong. Ikit is going to, of course, be in Skavenblight. Deathmaster Snick is up in Estalia, which is pretty cool and pretty different for him. And of course, Thra is going to be down there in the depths of Hell Pit. I don't know Clanfester. I think they're pretty new. Actually, I don't see where they're at. Okay, there they are. They're going to be just south of the Empire. It looks like between Estalia and the Border Princes. And Clan Vertkin is going to be out here in the east. And guys, there's just so many. There's just so many Skaven. So Clan Crooktail up in the north. I want to say Clan Morbius is over in, that looks like Bretonia. Clan Septic is up in the northern reaches of the Empire. Scrat down here. And I'm just going to keep rolling through. All right, so moving on. Sorry guys, there's just a ton of Skaven. For Slanesh, we're going to have Inkari over here in Norska, and we're going to have that's not Abyssa. We're going to have Solari, the Golden Lord, over in Estalia, which pretty cool start for them. For the Tomb Kings, I'm gonna have Cetra up here in Norska. Now this is lore appropriate. When he went to go kill Kolek Sun Eater, I think the Norskins had raided the Norskins had raided Kimri, and of course Cetra went over there or went back up north and decided to bring the fight to them to get all of his treasure back, which makes sense. Very Mummy Returns, right? So Grand Hierophant Tep is going to be coming in from the south, and then Arcan is going to be up here within reach of Sylvania, but not too close. As for Tzeentch, Kairos is of course going to be up in Norska. Norska is jam-packed, guys. The Changeling is going to be down in the Empire as he would normally be, and then Amon Chakai is also going to be up in the north, and he's pretty close. So if you and a friend want to play a Tzeentch playthrough together, that would be a pretty cool start to do it. As for the Vampire Coast, of course, Arnasa is going to be down here in Sartosa and Silastra, but you can change Silastra out with the other two. Silastra is going to be up here in Norska. I personally have never cared for Silastra, so I will probably change her out with maybe Luther or... oh, I can't remember the other one's name. As for the Vampire Counts, Manfred is going to be up here. I believe that's the Isle of Wights. I might be mistaken, but he's going to be up here in the Albion Bowl, of course. Heinrich Himmler is also going to be in his normal home. Vlad, of course, is going to be out in Sylvania. Isabella, same. Helmut Gorst is going to be down in the far south. And Zelig von Kruger is going to be in Tempelhof. Now, if you haven't seen Zelig, of course, he is going to be part of the Legendary Characters mod. As for the Warriors of Chaos, you can see that a bunch of them have made it in. So, Archaon the Everchosen is going to be up in the north up in the center of Norska, excuse me. Kolek Sun Eater to the northwest.
For chaos.
Prince Sigvald over to the east. Azazel to the farthest north. I think he's about right up there with Daniel. Festus is going to be, of course, down at the Brass Keep. Valky is going to be out east of Kislev. Village is going to be northeast of Kislev, and Be'lakor is, of course, going to be in Albion, where he probably should be, honestly. So, as for the Wood Elves, you can see that Orion is going to be over here in Towson. They're all going to be pretty centrally located, except for the Sisters of Twilight. Drycha is, of course, going to be out in the eastern reaches of the Empire, and Lorelorn is going to be in, well, Lorelorn. Finally, the Southern Realms, we don't have them yet, but check this out. Look at how many Southern Realms there are. It's just freaking ridiculous. Man, now, seriously, there is a bunch of Southern Realms, and I cannot wait to see what we get out of them. Hopefully, Kataf and Red are able to bring both of their mods over. That will be fantastic. But all of that being said, let's jump on into a campaign. We'll pick, I don't know. Let's just go with the Empire because we're just as vanilla as we can be. And Boris Todbringer, why not? And here we are with Boris Todbringer. As you can see, he's going to be starting out in the middle of the woods. But that's really all there is. Look at the Empire. The Drakewald is massive, and it feels alive as it should. And guys, you can walk through here.
The nation calls.
But look at that ambush success chance. 70% all throughout. This is a beastman's dream. This is why the Beastmen don't feel so, Beastman-y in the main game, because they're not sitting in the forest waiting for you to make that mistake, right? They're not waiting right here for you to pass along the trails. They're going to get you. They're going to get you all through here. And that's the truly terrifying part of living up in the Empire like that. And all that there is little settlements that dot the map, but that's the only chance you've got. Ward of the Sun. There goes,
Lady of the Azrael.
oh gosh. Why am I forgetting their name all of a sudden? Lorelorn. Lorelorn Forest right there. I believe all of that is supposed to be Lorelorn. At least these two are, well, maybe not. Ward of the Sun, Ward of the Rain.
Now they'll see.
I don't think that's supposed to be Lorelorn at all, but I do believe that these two are Lorelorn. Anyway, zooming on out, let's fly through Bretonia. And if my map's looking a little bit more alive than yours, it's because I'm using the Dynamic World mod to really add all these little settlements, huts, just pretty stuff. Makes it look nice. You can see a bunch of Empire villages dotting the map, because that's an Empire port right there. Not sure what the lore is behind that, but hey, it keeps it alive and varied. And now we're down in Astalia, which is a full country and not a handful of settlements. And hey, there is nothing wrong with Immortal Empires, but this is just so detailed. This is so detailed, and this is, I mean, this has to be what so many people dreamed of when they heard Total War Warhammer. Scooting on down into the Badlands. And it's so full, so alive, and I cannot wait for more factions from other mods to join the fray. It is going to be such a blast. And I think, where is Carrick 8 Peaks? Where is it? Here it is. Carrick 8 Peaks. Actually, with 8 peaks. You gotta love that. And speaking of really cool settlements, let's go up here to Hell Pit. And Hell Pit is so cool because you actually have to go through the layers of Hell Pit just to get to the center, the ninth circle, where Clan Mulder rests. And as Clan Mulder, you're going to have to push your way past all of these occupying forces to claim the entirety of Hell Pit for yourself. But once you do, what a powerhouse to operate from. Moving over to the east, you can see we've got your standard Norskins over here, and room to expand up into the north if Chaos Roby wishes to. Got the Chaos Ways here, and then we have Nagaroth over here as well. Looking at Albion, you can see that it is going to be a Thunderbolt. Spirits of Sherwood, we've got Wood Elves here in 2 places. Now I'm hoping that they have room for Albion itself, the 2 Albion factions, to actually be here, because that would be great. We've got plenty of representation, plenty of room that really they could just take. It's their country. They at least deserve to be here as well. So there is Be'lakor ruling over his I didn't realize they called it the Lonely Ogden, but there's the Citadel of Lead right there. He's gonna definitely want to go and take that. And you can see Norska is just as full as it wants to be. Like, this is a nation to conquer, or a super peninsula, we'll call it. But try uniting the Norskins up there. And guys, that's really going to be it. So let's jump out of here, And let's go ahead and take a look at our last bit of news for the day. Okay, and this is going to be the final thing that I wanted to show you guys. Just a quick look at some pictures of an upcoming mod for the Naga of Koresh. These are looking absolutely gorgeous, and some of the modders have said that this is just the beginning. They're just getting the models put together, and there's going to be a full faction OVN style just for the Naga of Koresh. I mean, looking at these pictures, I can't see how they're not already in the game, brought to us by Creative Assembly, you know? And Creative Assembly needs to just, I don't know, come up with some kind of like real partner program where they just pay people to make this stuff, and then they say, okay, we will officially implement it in the game, we'll give you credit, and we'll pay you to do it. Outsource some of this labor, because these people are putting in this labor anyway as a labor of love, so you might as well just give them something for it. That's what I say. I know it could possibly be a little bit of a legal headache if someone decided to pull their pull the license or something, but I know there's other game companies that do that as well. So anyway, all of that being said, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this format, and if you do, I will definitely be continuing it in the future. Please let me know if you hear anything. I try to keep my ear to the ground, but you guys know that I am busy as ever. So with that said, to all my friends wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night, and I'll see you in the next one. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, especially to those of you who have been with me since the beginning. I am still having a blast and very much enjoying the formation of this community with all of you. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to make even better content as we continue down this journey together. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and want to support me, then you know what to do.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one.